we have a very great session, essential softwares used for research. And we have Professor Simachalam who has great expertise on the technology field software. His PhD is on ICT tools. And I think a very formal introduction will be given by our Professor Dr. SP Sekhar Rao sir. Over to Sekhar sir.
Thank you, sir. A warm good morning to all. On behalf of the Department of English, GMR Institute of Technology, I, Professor SP Sekhar Rao, welcoming you all to the 4th day of FDP program. I'm extremely delighted to introduce my own colleague, Dr. Simhachalam Samarana, who is going to deliver his talk on some essential software tools to carry out the research writing in detail. This is a topic in which we are all going to be enlightened today, and indeed we are all interested in knowing about the tools which helps us to find out the essential details about the research we are really intended to. Currently, Dr. Simhachalam is working as an assistant professor in the Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities, Gmrit, Rajam. He qualified for UGC NET, JRF, and he was the recipient of SRF awards. Dr. Simhachalam obtained his PhD in English from Andhra University for the outstanding research work in the application of ICT and multimedia technology in the field of language teaching. Dr. Simhachalam has been working in the field of ELT using innovative technologies for the past few years. He is not only a committed teacher, but also curious researcher in the academics. He is an active member in various professional bodies at national and international level, such as IATEFL UK, TESOL International Association USA, and Thai TESOL Thailand, and JALT Call Japan, and ELTA. Dr. Simhachalam has participated in many webinars, seminars, courses, and FDP. He has published 25 research articles and presented 18 papers at various national and international conferences. He is also an active member of the editorial boards of some international reputed journals. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to introduce Dr. Simhachalam. I welcome you, sir, to open the session.
Thank you very much, sir, indeed. And a very good morning and greetings of the day for introducing me to our audience, learned audience. Thank you very much, sir, Sekhar, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Shall I proceed now, sir? Yes.
We request Professor Simhachalam to proceed with the session. Our participants will be joining one by one, but we have to stick to the time as you have rightly noted. So yes, please go ahead with your session, sir.
Definitely, sir, definitely. Greetings of the day and a very good morning to all the learned participants of this FDP, 7-day FDP on A to Z of writing and publication in Scopus indexed journals. In fact, you have been witnessing and participating, enjoy these sessions for a couple of days. Started on 16th, and this is the 4th day of the program. And today, I'm going to share my knowledge and some skills and experiences about the area of research and publishing, and using especially the softwares, essential software for research writing, and how to use them. Today world is, as you all of you aware of that, the world is full of technologies. In every field of life and every walks of life, technology is entered. And we are knowingly or unknowingly, purposefully or forcefully, we are using lots of technologies in our day-to-day life. In research and publication also, definitely we have lots of technologies, but what are the uses and how to use them, when to use them? That knowledge of discrimination and knowledge of application is very essential for publishing and researching in any field. So this is Dr. Simhachalam, working as assistant professor, as you all know, through our introduction itself, Gmrit. First of all, as per my understanding and knowledge about these technologies with reference to research and research writing, I have classified the entire softwares available into 7 categories. The first category is research review tools. So what is a research review? And we have come across the previous sessions presented by our learned presenters like D.N. Sansenwal and also other presenters. Research review tools. And second one, data collection tools and data analysis tools. Fourth one, research writing tools, reference management tools, language correction tools, and originality checking tools. All these headings I have prepared at my understanding, but somebody may feel it could be different. But we have, in every research process, we have lots of steps, and there are sometimes very specific, sometimes very flexible also. But in research, as all of you are aware, research is not a linear process. We start with step 1 and end with some step X. It is not like that. Sometimes we need to go, ahead, or sometimes go forward and backward, like that kind of reviewing and introspecting, getting back and going forward. Lots of kind of things we have to do in the research process, whether it is researching for PhD degree or else or any academic degree, or else publishing a paper. All these areas, these features, these things are very common. So I just want to give you a practical idea about each one of these categories, and I am not going to take lots of tools comes under these categories. I'm probably taking 1 or 2 tools, just have some idea and how to use them. I demonstrate on the screen itself. First of all, we go for the first one is the reviewing tools, research reviewing. As Dr. and Professor Sansenwal yesterday mentioned, a review of literature is a very essential part. Not identification of the problem and choosing the topic is only possible when we have good idea about the past and present research, what is going on around us. So the review of literature is very important. In a traditional way, you can review the research so far happened with traditional way, going to libraries and some databases in various forms, traditional paper-based forms, digital forms. Yes, and I have identified 2 important sources, online sources, to review the research so far happened related to our topic, whatever we choose. That is, the first one is Google Scholar. This is one of the prominent research reviewing sources provided by Google. It's a free online research tool offered by Google, as you all know that. And this tool allows user to see lots of material and publications in academics, scientific articles, journals, white papers. That means some regulations about policies and regulations about some procedures in research and academics, and patents across the web. An excellent tool for research, as you all know. I'm going to demonstrate a bit about this. And another reviewing tool is ResearchGate. Many of you are members in this portal, ResearchGate. It's a scientific network and it is a social networking site. Of course, it is a scientific network for people doing research, in which you can find more than 17 million members currently, including scientists all over the world, academicians, PhD students, and researchers. So these are the 2 important tools we have to review the literature which is already existing, so far happened in our area of choice. So I'm going to take one of these things in detail, and These are the tools I'm going to deal in research reviewing tools. Next one, we have the second category, as I mentioned, data collection tools. Nowadays, if you can see, the technology is offering us enormous opportunity to collect the data. Previously, in the traditional days when there was no technology enough available, and we had to meet the people and greet the people through telephones or else just face to face, and going to the field where we have the source of data and meet those target people and getting the data in various forms, oral forms. When they speak, we observe certain things, we note down certain things, and we procure the information for further analysis and research. But nowadays, due to the advent of wonderful technologies nowadays, ICT tools and technology, online technologies, web tools, we have lots of means of collecting data. So one of them, we can say, Google Forms. We are all aware of that, and this is the time, and we all are forced to use the technologies, as you all well aware of that, because this COVID become vivid. My colleague often says, Dr. Rajendra Kumar Das, COVID, if we can say rhythmically, it could be a vivid one. So there is energy in COVID to distract and to also revive. So we have to take the opportunity. There's difficult times. I have my personal impression about use of technologies. India, our government of India, launched lots of missions and also policies, also schemes. One of them is NME ICT, National Mission on ICT Tools, use of ICT tools, and UGC and AICTE. So many government national bodies are insisting on uses of these technologies. And also in our faculty appraisals, also our internal promotions, our external promotions, but various services, and expecting the knowledge of ICT tools also. So these are the things we have, lots of things. So Google Form, as I told you, comes under data collection tool. It's like we can work with Google Form in order to collect the data from our target groups. So we can create a survey, or else we can create a test also, where we can give some questions and multiple choice, or else open-ended questions. We can evaluate the responses. Our system, the Google Forms technology itself, can take care of evaluating and analyzing the data. So this is a wonderful opportunity and free tool. In fact, this is a very free tool. So Google Docs and Google Sheets and Google Slides, the family of the applications we have, and we are receiving from Google software company. And one more very prominent, and most of the people aware of, SurveyMonkey. That is also data collection tool through which you can conduct a survey, and you can use lots of types of questions, yes or no type, multiple choice, or else rating scales, or Likert scales, or else choices, preferences. Lots of kind of questions can be asked, statements can be asked through SurveyMonkey. So these are the two tools to data collect the data. And after that, we have data analysis. We have reviewed the data using the Google Scholar and Research Gate, like that. So many sources. Yesterday, Professor Sansanwala mentioned that there is a great source of review, source of literature available with Government of India in the name of the Sodh Ganga, where all the PhD theses and dissertations and hosting by Government of India. We can call it institute-wise or department-wise, university-wise. We can search in the Sodh Ganga, and we can also have some knowledge about review of literature. And after review of literature, as I told you, Sansanwal also very importantly mentioned identification of the problem and a gap where we can start our exploration, where we can start our research and searching about new thing is possible. And then data collection and using the tools I mentioned. And then data analysis. Once the data is collected, maybe a numerical a form or else a text form, whatever the form it may be. We have to analyze. Nowadays, we have technologies available. Previously, in the olden days, people manually look at the data and read the data and understand the data with the help of various theories, various concepts, with their own understanding of the subject. They manually analyze and interpret. But nowadays, technologies have come. Intervention and need of human brain is always essential. Don't forget that. But with the technologies, if we can work efficiently. So data analysis tools we have prominently have taken SPSS, that is stands for Statistical Package for Social Sciences. But we have other softwares also. Origin is one, Origin Pro and MATLAB. Like that, if you just type Google in the web browser, data analysis softwares, you will come across many. You will come across hundreds of softwares at least. But some are paid, some are free, but some are having the capacity of catering the needs of the researcher in terms of providing analysis and that is what are the features. So I'm also going to touch upon the SPSS, how to use. In statistics, we have descriptive statistics one and inferential statistics. If you want to broadly classify, they are the classifications, and how to analyze the data for descriptive statistics using SPSS, and also for inferential statistics like formulating hypothesis or else just predicting certain things. So we are also going to use inferential statistics also. And Origin Pro, one more software data analysis tool. Origin is a proprietary computer program for interactive scientific graphing and data analysis. It is actually produced by Origin Lab Corporation and runs on Microsoft Windows. That means we can use that in general interface of Microsoft Windows. So these two are the data analysis softwares I am introducing you, and I will be focusing on SPSS a little bit later. And the next category is most important, research writing. We come to know about the existing literature through reviewing tools, and we collected the data using certain data collection tools, and also we have analysis tools. After these three things over, generally we have to put the data, that is a refined form, in a Word, in a technology-based, some kind of documentation is required. In order to document our research related things and our results, discussion, everything, we have to have some interface. Nowadays, Microsoft Word is giving enormous opportunity for all kinds of people, especially researchers and educationists can use it at maximum level. So I'm going to touch upon how Microsoft Word will be useful for our research, for publication. And one more, in that Microsoft publication, Microsoft Office itself, we have additional features, adding some kind of software add-ons will be there. If we add one add-on, and you will get a special feature added to that Microsoft existing one. So add-ons, most of the people don't know what is an add-on or add-in. That is additional feature that is empowering the existing Microsoft Word application with extra features. So how it is useful, and those extra features, especially for research, maybe for referencing, maybe for correction of the, that is language related refinement for the data, correction of the grammar and all. So we are going to see these things also. And the scientific community, most of the researchers aware and know about a tool called a typesetting tool. Actually, it is a LaTeX. Some people call LaTeX, and we can also call LaTeX. So stylized with the system as LaTeX, a software system for document preparation. That is a research document preparation. Once you have the data, the information with you, and in terms of the graphs, charts, and tables and analysis, you can put beautifully in a desired format. It can be suggested the format could be for API style. Some styles are there of documentation. American Psychological Association style API, or else MLA style, Modern Languages Association style, or else Harvard style. Harvard University itself has one style of writing scientific documents, or else CMS, Chicago Manual style. Mostly it is the journalistic style of writing papers. So any style you desire and which you are targeting, and according to the journal where you want to publish, you can choose that style of writing in LaTeX. So this is a research writing tools I'm going to touch upon. And next category is reference management tools. Referencing is very, very important. The knowledge is not our own and not started today or yesterday. A myriad of years and many thousands of years, the knowledge is disseminating and is shared, spread across the humanity. So we have to acknowledge properly. We have to refer the source of our knowledge, or the knowledge in a form of concept, a theory, or a statement, some formula, some value, whatever it may be, you come across, that knowledge should be referred properly so that you are giving proper acknowledgement to that knowledge source and the source and related author, book, so that you will be free of plagiarism. So in that reference management softwares, we have Mendeley, is a company based in London, UK, which provides products and services for researchers, and it is also used for bibliography generation and scholarly articles. And Jotero is another referencing tool similar to Mendeley, Jotero. So these are Jotero is open source management, reference management tool. You can get it from both the tools available websites. The next one is language correction tools. So some people say grammar tools. So some people say language correction. I feel a language correction tool is right for these labels. Grammarly is one pioneering tool available free as well as paid also. An American multinational technology company that provides a wonderful services in correcting and editing and refining our English language. And Ginger is one more software, language correction software from Israeli startup, from Israel. It is but Grammarly, any of these language correction tools will have, and all these more or less have the basic language correction abilities related to tenses, or as concord, or else singular, plural, all these agreement. So basic language correction is punctuation marks. They are capable of correcting automatically with the help of artificial intelligence. So I'm going to demonstrate one of these softwares, so how to improve our written text in terms of language. I just wanted to share certain things in our language paper publication process. Many a times we come across rejection of the papers due to the language is poor. In other words, grammar is not proper, the sentences are not clear, the punctuation marks are not properly maintained. So all these things comes under language. So when language is a medium of communication for your knowledge, your expertise, when the language is failed, indirectly your communication will be failed. So no matter how powerful you write, how powerful ideas you have for your paper, it is almost vain when you don't have competence with presenting or expressing with proper language. So in research publication writing, how the certain tools Grammarly will be useful, I'm going to explain very soon. Other tools like, in all these stages we have reviewed the data, and we have also come across a problem, and we have designed a tool that is a data collection tool, survey, whatever it may be, and experimental tool, test and all. And then we have also got some typesetting softwares, analysis softwares, and we need to see whether our written text, whether our paper is matching to any previous works, or else whether our writing, our paper is unique. So that is what we call originality checking tools. You have to check your paper, your writing, whether it is original or not. You know that when you honestly write, it is original, but still, unknowingly, inadvertently, your text may match with the previous works. You have to ensure that your text is, your matter is genuine, not only at the level of language, but also at the level of ideas, at the level of concepts and theories. Originality, the plagiarism, what we call. So the act of stealing, wantedly or unwantedly, intentionally or unintentionally. If you take somebody's information and you put in your research paper or writing and you don't properly acknowledge it, it comes under simply stealing. Stealing of one's intellectual property, that is knowledge or ideas. So in order to check whether our paper has come across such kind of things, whether plagiarism is duplicity is there or else it is original, we can use plagiarism checker, one software. I'm going to demonstrate it. Also Turnitin, one more application that is very powerful and popular, also web-based, that is also artificial AI-based technology. So I'm going to demonstrate one of these in this session. So nowadays, students, teachers in universities, colleges, and various organizations are directed and clearly asked to go with plagiarism checking. And even before submission of MPhil thesis, dissertation, or else PhD thesis, not only journals and articles, you need to pass the test of that originality test. That means you have to use some software, or else organizations use and identify the duplicate text. So that is one thing. So like that we have, as I told you, these are the various categories we have. I am going to deal with now. Let us practically dive into the thing. So how we can use that, the first reviewing tool, what we call, yes, Google Scholar. Now I'm going to here is a new tab. Yes. So in order to use that Google Scholar, you need to just go to Google homepage, and you can type Scholar Google, and it will suggest itself. You need not to type completely also. So there, related to review of literature, if you go to Google Scholar, and this search box will come in your browser. There you can type what the key term, the author, or else a complete title of the books if you want. Usually in searching of literature, existing literature, we give keywords. Suppose nanotechnology. There is a one term, nanotechnology. If you type the nanotechnology, the word, you will simply get hundreds of results on your screen. Hundreds of results. It is a book. It will show it is a book, a Springer Handbook of Nanotechnology. So if you want to read it, you can go to the source. It will direct. Actually, it is hosted in Google Books, or else if you can find others also. Whenever you come across all these results in your Google Scholar search engine, you can get the book, or else here is a quote mark. In that quotation, if you click on this, and you will get the citation styles. As I told you, Amelia style, APA style, Chicago style, Harvard, and all different styles also. In addition to that, directly you can copy this one. Suppose if you want to take this Amelia style, You just copy that one. You select that one and you can copy. And you can open one new document where you can put all the references, all the bibliography, all the references in your study. There you can paste. So that means you need not to worry about making your own references. You can use that Google Scholar and search or related book or article or anything. You just type in like that. If you are following APA style, American Psychological Association style for your publication of the paper, you can select this style. Or else, this big text is a format. Whenever you click on big text, you will have that format. That format will be useful for LaTeX software. If you paste it, if you use that format in your LaTeX software, and you can get that citation, you can get that reference in your required level, wanted manner. So that is, getting the literature for your review. Very, very important. In that way, you can check. So this is the topic I have mentioned. You can search with any topic you need. Or else, if you know author also, you can suppose my name, Simhachalam. If I type, this is my name, and if I type all the publications available with my name, they will come. Then you need not to simply worry. You can go to this quote mark, that means references will come. You can just click on whatever the format you want, and then you go to the document where you are preserving those things, and simply and paste. That means this is one of the ways you can procure your references also. Whenever you read an article, read a book, anything, you can download and you can read. In order to reference the same material, you can automatically, with the help of this Google Scholar referencing, the citation features you can get. An EndNote is another, a Riffman, a Rifox. These are all very scientific way of referencing the things, and these formats will be useful in some softwares. So this is all about, something about Google Scholar, and you can type the topic or else author name. If you want to type use of multimedia, suppose I have already done it in teaching something, and related material will be appearing on your screen, and you can download it from. It is connected, every paper is connected with respective source, maybe website, some kind of repository, and you can download freely. And some are asking for paid ones, but most of the papers posted are presented in Google Scholar will be, I think, free. So this is the one way of getting introduction and introducing yourself, or getting acquainted with the existing literature on your topic or area of your study. So apart from this, I mentioned ResearchGate. One more tool apart from Scholar, Google Scholar, ResearchGate is one. If you type ResearchGate, and you will get a portal. I have already introduced what is ResearchGate. If you can go, and there will be a search option. You can search, just like in Google Scholar, you can also give some word. Nanotechnology, for instance. Nanotechnology. And people here, researchers who are related to nanotechnology, also projects done and connected with nanotechnology, and publications available on nanotechnology, and funding, and all these things. When you get, suppose, ecology and nanotechnology, that is interdisciplinary, and some article has done by Alexander Shapovalov. Alexander is usually Shapovalov, it's maybe a Russian scholar. Like that, we have lots of books, lots of material. Maybe sometimes in ResearchGate you can find books also, and project reports also. But mostly articles you will find, but any form of publication you can find in this one. But when you come across this one, that work, and if you enter that one, how to get, here are the columns. Once you click on the particular work, searching for searched in your research gate, there will be overview and the statistics and also comments, and there is a one column called citation and references, and these things are there. If you want to just get the citation, you want to use that work in your work, upcoming work, you can use these formats. This is the LaTeX format. This is a very, very standard format, and citation. And plain text also you can get. Suppose big text, which can be used later in LaTeX. So if you download that citation and it will ask you to save somewhere, you have to save in your local drive. And once you saved it, you can open it. Whenever you open that format, by default, it will be opened in LaTeX, the software. As I told you, referencing and predominantly typesetting software, most of our scientific community is using nowadays. So it's a wonderful software. I am going to touch up on this software also a bit later. So in this way, in your Google Scholar as well as ResearchGate, you can search. You can also search the institutes also. Suppose if I want to search our own institute works, GMR, Institute of Technology. If I type the name of the GMR Institute of Technology, and you will see under the institutes column, you will get lots of people. And if you just enter into that one, and institute wise, you can search the people, various departments and members, and the works also. So there are various ways of reaching our material for our review of literature using ResearchGate as well as our Google Scholar. ResearchGate as well as Google Scholar. So next thing is, as I told you, so these data collection tools, as I mentioned already, depending on type of the research you have taken, we have lots of types of research, like basic research, like what we call a survey kind of research, or empirical research, or else experimental research, action research, and ex post facto research, like that. Different types of research methodologies we have. If it is like collecting data from various people from across the globe, you can use Google Form or SurveyMonkey, as I told you. But this portion less connected with, compared to the other things, less connected with our theme and A to Z of writing and publication in Scopus, especially the use of technologies in writing, research writing. So from writing, collection of data, I'm going to focus very less. Next one, once the data is collected, whether it is through some kind of interview or else some kind of survey or some maybe classroom test or else a laboratory experiment, you have data, the raw data with you. The data you have to use in useful, the concerned software, respective software, where the statistics are available, needful essential statistics are available for further analysis and interpretation. So the SPSS is one. Now I'm going to focus on. So I open SPSS now. I'm using IBM SPSS Statistics 25. I have already some data with me. I have collected through using the survey forms. So once this will be looking like SPSS interface, more or less looking like an Excel spreadsheet. It's an Excel spreadsheet. It will be looking like, but two views will be there. I'm going to tell you very soon. So yes, this this is the Excel, I mean SPSS interface, where we will get just like our Excel sheet, a file ID to view data, all these things. And I am going to get the data to analyze. Yes, the data is with me, SPSS data. Suppose sharing is stopped, I think. Yes. So this is a SPSS Excel SPSS data which you have collected using the survey form. For instance, if you want to see that variable view, we can see I have coded here from section 1, that is a teacher's questionnaire, statement 2. That's a numerical. We have to define different types of data. What is that data all about? And we give that label and also values. Suppose we have to code that as a collected data, male, female. We have to code into some numericals in order to facilitate with SPSS. And we also need to define what kind of measurement we are using for that data. Nominal data for all kinds of names, the things which have no numerical value. For instance, my name, Simhachalam, and with that name, no particular numerical value is related. And of course, with anybody's names or anything, all names are nominal. The name nominal itself is suggesting. And ordinal, some kind of ordinal means some kind of categories, categorical, like Likert scales, good, very good, not good, like that, satisfactory and very satisfactory. This kind of Likert scale we can use for ordinal scale. And whereas the scale data is absolutely numerical data which we get in a form of marks of students when we conduct a test, or else the price of some items, and anything, and literally they have some numerical value, and you can put in that a scale, and ordinal value categories, and the nominal value just for names, gender, name, experience, all these things, nominal categories. This is a variable view in which you have to code the data and you have to put in that. And when we view this one, the coded data will be looking like, for instance, the first one, if you see that here is a option A and 1. If you click on that, you just toggle between data view and variable view. So here variables, male. The male is coded with the number 1, and here like that. So 31 to 40 years is coded as 2, like that. Some kind of coding is, once the data is collected, the coding is required, and that is once that. And as Dr. Sansanwal other day mentioned, we need to use appropriate statistical tools based on the type of the data. So based on the type of the data in SPSS or else Origin or MATLAB or even in Excel, ordinary Excel also, you can carry out all these statistics. But professional way of doing the analysis using the good softwares is always helpful in making our work published. So here, if you see, there are this analysis tab. The menu is very, very useful. If you go to analysis and frequencies and click on the frequency, suppose I want to just analyze teachers based on teachers' experience. The statement is there. I have used in survey, and when I ask people with the various experiences, that one I'm going to select teacher experience. I need to run statistics on teachers' experience, the data. What I can get, that experience mean I can get, or else most repeated one I can get, or else central value median I can get, and standard deviation. Suppose it is the value starting with some range, lowest and highest. In between, the deviation, how much deviation from the central tendency, the mean happening. So like that, whatever the statistics you feel, you think right for your analysis, you can proceed with that. Once you proceed, and statistics will come. And then charts, what kind of charts you want for that. Bar charts usually. Pie chart in order to represent the portions in terms of how much portion occupied. Bar chart is like, in the bar chart you can give directly frequencies, how many respondents responded to particular state with respect to particular choice frequency, or else you can responses can be measured in terms of percentage also. So if we see this can be changed later also. Frequencies, suppose I am going with frequencies. Now I just click on that. Once I click, SPSS takes every care. So here you see the table is generated. And the table is generated here, a beautiful table generated, teaching experience. And the options are the choice, 1 to 0 years. How many teachers responded? 12. And 4 to 6, 21. Like that, a total 85 participants, faculty in the survey, in the study, and they have responded for these options. So this is all about. If I go to the same thing again, descriptive studies and frequencies, and if I select this time, a statement, actually, a statement is, I feel comfortable with the use of same statistics I run this time, and same format, and you see this one. For the statement, I feel comfortable with the idea of using ICT as an instructional tool in teaching. So you got these responses: disagree, neutral, agree, completely agree. These responses in terms of frequency, number of faculty responded, and their percentage total, right? And you got also this chart, the beautiful chart. Further you can do, when you click in order to modify further, you can double click on that, and you can also go to elements, and you can, when you go to elements in this chart editor, you'll get a data label mode. You can just enable, and that data will be displayed. Yes, and you can also, once that is displayed and close that one, you will retain. And if you want to get the 3D kind of visual,
we are not able to see the generated screen.
Sir?
We are not able to see the generated screen.
Okay, yes, I need to share it actually. Application is, yes, generated is not shared. Okay, this one.
Yeah, we didn't see the previous screen also.
Yeah, this one. Are you able to see this one?
Yeah, right now we can see.
Yes. So whenever you run that tab, you can get this one. Further, you can use that data labels mode, and you will get the data, and also and this one. Click. Data labels are enabled. Okay. Yes. And these are the things. Okay. And when you double click on any of these bars and further, and is it visible? Are you getting this screen?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting this pop-up window? This one? Yes, screen one.
Yeah, the color window. Yeah. Can see
this one. In this one, you can further go to edit these things, depth and angle. In this, you can choose the 3D. If you make it 3D, and it will become 3D, and like that. And then you see, and you can also change the colors. For instance, completely agree. You can choose some green color. Choice, the color of your choice you can do, and or else I think that is agree, or else neutral you can use some other color. You can use for neutral some kind of color. or else you can use a disagree. It is a negative one, you can represent with red color. So like this, you can, with the help of SPSS, you can create these things. Further, if you want to show it is not the number, percentage, the values you can change elements. Those values are there. You can represent in percentage. If you want to make it as percentage, you can come here and you can cancel that. Now you see that number in percentage. Are you able to see? Are you all able to see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So in this way, you generate a beautiful data. Not only bar charts and pie charts, even trend charts and lots of graphs. Conduct an experiment, you can also go for applying t-tests and independent t-tests, analysis of variance. You can also use that correlation related things. And also you can, if there are 10 statements, if you want to reduce them into 3 groups or 2 groups, you can also conduct a dimension reduction. The system will take care of, based on the similarity and their relation internally, they have the statements. It will reduce the number of categories and it will just group into a less number. 10 statements will become 2 categories or 3. That is dimension reduction you can do. Or else non-parametric tests. We have, all kinds of researchers can use this SPSS. Is a powerful tool. And further, this is all about, if you got any time, you can go to data. Are you able to see the data, sir?
Yes.
Actually, I'm sharing the screen. When I share the screen, I'm not able to see which screen it is displayed to you. So that is why I'm asking for confirmation. Yes.
No problem, sir.
Yes.
You can see now the data.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like that, I'm keeping this here so that I can also monitor which is shared. Yeah. Like that, when you have data in your data collection tool, maybe collected Excel using the Google Forms or else some other means of data collection, you can code them into SPSS in such a way that it can understand and process the data. Yes, that is, and related to these things, you may just refer and find lots of instructional material in YouTube also. But my intention here is to just introduce this one to our learned colleagues so that they have some kind of idea. Further, you can work on that. And now I just want to run one more thing. This is all about survey data. If you want to run experimental data, how we can do that? So I'm just trying to go for my material. Experimental data, yes, here. Pictures data, questionnaire, all test scores. So I pressed on this one. I think, is it visible? The new screen? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the confirmation. Here, if it is not survey, but if it is something experiment, you can have the data for your students or some experiment, pre-test scores and post-test scores. If it is like intervention, you want to give in experimental kind of research, usually we give some kind of treatment. With that treatment, what happens is we will get some kind of improvement in our target people or target products. So suppose this is the instance, we have a group of students. I have divided them into two groups, pre-test group and post-test group. In the pre-test, I have just given the new method or new technology or new way of teaching something with some innovative material and techniques. with one group, and other group is just left with the traditional way of teaching itself. So when I want to test which group has got better learning and better performance, in that case, I have to conduct a test called pre-test. Before giving the treatment, the test is pre-test. Pre-test both the groups, control group as well as experimental group. Control group is controlled in such a way that we don't give any treatment, any new method, new technique, new approach, nothing we apply. But the experimental group will give our intended technique or tool we apply. So that is about pre-test. Pre-test, after that we will have to give the treatment to the experimental group. After giving the treatment to experimental group, at the same time the traditional kind of control group will be going with the traditional kind of instruction, and finally we will conduct one more test that is called post-test. After giving the treatment, we will get the test post-test, in which we will observe both the groups again, control group and experimental group. Obviously, the experimental group will have some impact of the treatment. So how much the impact and how much improvement in terms of learning in our case, and we have to test. So if that is the case, we can choose in analysis SPSS, go for statistics called compare means. In comparing means, you can use so that one paid sample t-test, because two groups are there. In that one, you have to choose. Is it yeah? And dialog box has come. I have to shift to that one.
Dialog box is visible.
Is it visible, the dialog box, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The dialog box with the paid sample test. There you use and a pre-test control group and post-test control group. And we have to see the first pair. What is the first pair we want to test? First pair is pre-test control group, control. And against that second variable, you have to put pre-test experimental. And then post-test control and post-test experimental, their scores. And here you can choose a further option. And yesterday, Professor Sansanwala mentioned that confidence level, that's usually in academics 95, that means confidence level is 95, means four of the scientific organizations like DRDO or else big ISRO, big organizations, they will go up to 99.9999 also. That means the margin of error will be very, very less, 0.00001 like that. So in our academics, usually we put 95 is the confidence level, we can put it, and then we just run the statistics. Whenever you run that paid test, you can see paid test, pair one, pre-test control group and pre-test experimental group. What is the mean of the pre-test experimental group? 33, number of participants 30, and 33.27 pre-test control, pre-test experimental. Both the groups performed more or less the same because no treatment so far given, that is a pre-test. And then if you see the pair two post-test, in the post-test control group scores and post-test experimental group. In control group means no special treatment is given, no new method, new approach, new tool is used. So the same kind of learning pace will be there. But in the post-test experimental group, we introduce new method, new tool, new technology, whatever. There you see some result, the improvement. As per your hypothesis or the research question, you can say there is a significant difference in the mean values of between the pre-test, between control group and experimental group of post-test. Like that, you can write in your paper. So deviation, what is the deviation? Deviation is nothing but from the point, from the mid value, that is average point, to left and right, how much it is going left, how much it is going right, deviation, that is skewing, right skew. That means if it is 48.23, deviation will be 3, means it will go around 51, and that is increasing value, and decreasing value up to 45. So that is what we call deviation 3, means the average will be 48, and in that average we can find students who were in between 45 to 52. So that is the deviation. So like that, paired t-test will be used when there is a design, research design, like what we call mental design, with pre-test and post-test, with 2 groups, control group and experimental group. And these values you can use in your research paper writing. If you just, anything you get in your SPSS, you can copy in your Word document. Just select that object and just paste in your existing document or new document. It is simple. So further, you can also remove certain things. You can also rename paired sample test. You can remove, of the statistics. You can rename anything, sample scores, like that. Anything you can rename and you can paste. So these are the 2 basic and prominent uses of SPSS, that is going with descriptive statistics, including a mean, median, mode, average, sum, and a number count. And one more interesting thing is crosstabs. Crosstabs is one thing, and it will, suppose for a one gender row, I put gender and other pretest, this one. And if I go with that one, see, that is beautiful. The table has come for male and female, like that. So you can, if you go to data tab, there also you can use a split file. If you split the file, that means male wise and female wise, suppose this gender wise, entire data will be analyzed based on gender. Separately it will come. Suppose I run this descriptive statistics once again, and go to this gender wise. Gender is already in the split file, we cannot do. So here you see descriptive statistics, male wise and female. In that way you can generate beautifully using the split file tip, or else you can use wonderfully, that is using the crosstabs. Crosstabs will be useful when there are multiple headings for your data is available, that is in rows and columns. If you want to use it, and it will come. So this is the use of the sample use. I have used a sample use of these things, and there you can also see this data analysis itself. Yes, regression. Regression is nothing but predicting something. In a very scientific research, we use regression, linear regression, and different kinds of regressions are there according to statistics and statisticians. Regression is nothing but when there is a trend, the data is there. For instance, stock market values, they have some values. Every time they are decreasing and increasing, and that kind of the trend is going on. If we enter that data using that regression tool, and if you run that regression, it will predict what could be the, after 1 hour, based on the 5 hours, past 5 hours, after 1 hour, what could be the next value, like that, predicting. So weather forecasting also, this regression is very important. So that is advanced inferential statistics, comes under inferential statistics, regression and correlation. Whereas these basic statistics like descriptive statistics, mean, median, mode, all these things. And you can also create beautiful scatter plots. And this PP plots, ratio plots. For instance, if you see this one, there is any data you can take, and it will generate wonderful scatter plots. That means for the given data, it will display the distribution of the values in terms of graph, the male values and female values. Because this we get two values both for experiment, because it is the data is under split file. If I remove that split file system, and it will show as a single one. So reset. Now if I run that the same, that is a PP plots or whatever. So now you'll see the plots are only 2, not 4. So like that you can use even hypothesis testing also, non-parametric tests, and you can use hypothesis testing and reliability testing also. This is very, very important. When you have data collected 100 samples out of your universe, 5,000 or 1 lakh, and your sample data, how much, what is the reliability value of your data? When you take some data, how much you can depend on the data as a sample. So that one you can go with reliability. In the scale one, you can take the reliability. I will run this with some other data. Suppose we have so many people are here. What is the screen shared? Yes. I just want to see which screen is shared. Yes, this one. Yes.
So the master chart.
Yes, sir.
Chart.
Sir, this one, sir. This entire.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In this data, if you just wanted to run, scale, as I told you, when you have data 400, 500, how much you can rely on that sample size. So any statement you can take, for instance, any statement, all the statements from the same samples. So no problem. If you take and if you give some kind of label, alpha label, no problem. Scale label. Actually, these things you can get from, you can get correlation, some kind of main and after.
నేను కొంత బెటర్ నేను పక్కన ఎవరైనా సోర్స్ ఉంటే ఈ పాటకి నేర్చుకున్నాను.
If you see, actually, yes, I'm going to teachers gender.
చాలా వరకు ఈ మధ్య
Gender,
చాలా
if you see the male and female, that is 1 and 2 I have put. So you can put some label. What is going wrong? Okay. Anyway. Right. If you want to learn about SPSS more in detail, and it is like a big subject. So I just want to acknowledge my guru as a professor and Dr. T. Narayana, where I worked Andhra University for PhD degree. He used to allow me for every opportunity to attend training programs. So where I had the opportunity to attend lots of trainings conducted by ICSSR or UGC, and in India and abroad also. I thank my guru in this occasion for allowing me to go and learn lots of things related to research. So this is all about SPSS, and it is only introduction, and those who are already experienced people, they can go for advanced. And so when I just come to my presentation, so the data analysis tool is covered here. Next word, all these details, whenever you get the results, you can, for instance, yes, presentation. So using this SPSS software, the more you learn, the more you can perform the statistics in a better manner. And Word, and as you all aware of that, Microsoft Word also having a powerful add-ons are also inbuilt technologies also. And everything we do generally, we type and we just put our data in Microsoft Word only generally. So how we can do with Microsoft, some tools I'll just going to tell you a little bit later. And LaTeX, and another tool is LaTeX. Suppose This is, as I told you, LaTeX is like a typesetting system. Apart from that, it has powerful characteristic features of giving references and generating bibliography in text and as well as in text. It is there. But if you are really very serious scientific kind of research, and you can learn about our LaTeX. But due to technology and very kind people around the world, they are sharing already predefined things. So I am just going to tell a few things about LaTeX, and I'll move on to other things. LaTeX is very a powerful typesetting tool. So now I just suppose I am opening an article. When it is a free tool, it is a free tool. I hope I am displaying the screen. Yeah, this is LaTeX. So whenever you open LaTeX software, you will just see the two left and right kind of interfaces. The one will be with a tag kind of coding, that some format will be there, and the right side the result. As per your input here, you will get the result here. So just a moment. So if you see already Elsevier, Thomson Reuters, and all these advanced journal publication and indexing companies have the predefined formats. Suppose if you run, once this program is proper, if you run, and you will get the information there. Suppose essential, the formats are there, the templates are available. You need not to learn always each and everything about all these softwares. That is also time consuming. But if you have curiosity to learn, and you can learn. But here, for instance, essential, ESSENTIL, essential, already existing template. When you are using those things, you can see instruction, title page, title. The title, you see the essential softwares for research, writing, and how to use them. That is the present topic. If I want to change that title, there only very carefully, without disturbing the other tags, the title / title, you have to type whatever the new title you want to insert in it. For instance, use of ICT and multimedia, or else you can paste also multimedia in teaching of English language. Yes. So once you just replace your text by typing or pasting, when you run that LaTeX, what it will do is it will replace that right side text, the heading, with the present one. Have you seen this one? Is it visible to all?
Yes.
Is it visible to all?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, like that. So you can do with other things also. You can change the author name or institute affiliation, add the Gmail ID, or else you can remove the date also. My point here is, when there are very powerful tools like SPSS, or else the tool like LaTeX, the typesetting tool. Actually, when you have data, very good results, very good writing and ideas, somebody can do it for you. But that was the idea and trend previously going on. Typesetters used to type and do, but nowadays individual abilities and individual involvement is more. Nowadays everybody want to learn everything, at least the related and useful things, and wanted to do for themselves. Like that, you can change the title, you can change anything, right? If I want to add something, usually we don't add that title. If I want to run here, you can carefully change in that tag, find that one, and see here the doctor is added. Like that, if you can, anything abstract you can change. In the abstract, usually it is if it is a dummy document, you can replace with your original document. So it has also various sub applications. You can PDF text, that means it will convert into PDF document. And also if one more is LaTeX and reference also. So these are all various sub applications. Here BibTeX, as I told you, BibTeX, when I just was explaining about the Google Scholar as well as ResearchGate, there was an additional option, format of referencing, citing the things, that is a BibText. So that format can be used in LaTeX. So on LaTeX also, if you watch in Google at your convenience, YouTube, you have lots of instructions are there. In fact, the tools which I am demonstrating, just introducing you rather, are having so much in depth. But the thing is, we don't need to measure entire pattern of the application and their powerful features, but we need to learn minimum. So for that, what I suggest is related to LaTeX. If you go to if you search in the Google itself, or else we'll provide some link to download the LaTeX related format templates. LaTeX related template I have already downloaded long back. And if you can use the LCA, some template for Elsevier, or else for ACM, or else any kind of standard international format, you can use that one and simply replace your text with the existing format. That is a very smart and brilliant idea of using LaTeX. And further, if you have a background of computer science or some coding language, it is not really a big coding like, but a tag language, some kind of keywords you need to give in order to create heading and subheading or text, italic. Everything you do, what you see and what you get in Word interface. If you just do anything, for instance, I'm opening the Word document, new Word document, yes, it is here. It is a new Word document here. Whatever you just write a type, you will see. That is what we call the interface, is what you see and what you get. And here you can make it bold. Yes. And you can make it bold, you can italicize. That means what you see and what you get is the same in your Microsoft Word. In that one, so typesetting and using this Microsoft Word, I want to tell you one more thing. Here, yes. Yes. Here, I told you writing tools. Now I just introduce one more tool, reference management tool. Reference management tool, Mendeley. In the Word itself, I hope you are looking at that one. Is it visible, sir? Mendeley? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, in references, in a Microsoft Word itself, in references, if you click on references, if you click on references, you will get the add-on when you install that Mendeley add-on. So click on insert citation. That is very powerful and useful for in-text citations. When you click on that, the Mendeley, the Windows version will open. So when you have something in your library, you can just put OK. So from when you type already anything in your library, it will be displayed. That means how to add something, some work, article or book or other material, research material, when you review from Google Scholar and ResearchGate or other sources maybe, how to include in the Mendeley, I'll tell you. So suppose this work I want to insert. Here it will come automatically, journal, or else some other name. Here I just want to put this one, reference. In text, whenever you are using some text, continuous running text, there you just tell and critically present about your ideas and giving proper references and citations. And in that in-text citations, this is a very, very important tool. And you can go to Mendeley, that application. I think it is visible here. Is it visible?
No, the Mendeley window
Not
is
visible. Yes, I am making it visible very soon. So, yeah, Mendeley. So now I share that. Is it visible now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Mendeley is a most important, very useful reference management tool. Suppose you have, you want to search in the website. It is a internet connected thing and database is connected to it. If you search, suppose, nanotechnology, some keyword you can put and just search. And papers, the research already available on with that keyword visible here. And you just click on any paper, and here right side you will get some and save reference that will be saved to your account. And when you do like that, and all will be saved in your account. Once they are saved, suppose here itself, whenever you select, you click new one, suppose, and you click on, these are all saved here. And then in your paper itself, when you are writing something in text, and you put like that, in text cite, in text citation, add source, only inbuilt one here itself. So nano, the nanotechnology related recently I added, they are visible.
We are seeing the Mendeley screen now.
No one is still seeing Mendeley screen only. Yes, I just wanted to show you our, what is that? Number, what is this number? Yeah, document 5 I am using. So in that screen, document 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And document 5. So is it visible, sir, now document?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in the document, whatever you are working on for the paper, you can go to insert and again you type nano, and recently added articles will be appearing. So you can click on any of these and put insert. That means it's not up to this here, it is extra, and put insert.
I think
yes.
We are not able to see the Mendeley screen now. So if you share your window, whole window, it will be useful instead of sharing a particular application window.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm sharing. So this one, Mendeley desktop window. So here, as I told you, sir, any work you can search, just like a Google search, you can search. So ICT in language teaching. Suppose if I type like that, and instantly lots of results will come. Whatever relevant to you, and the abstract is relevant to you, and the content is relevant to you. Even you want to cite in your upcoming paper, you can save to references, or else directly you can add to your references. Save to references is the first thing you can do. And when you save to your references, that means here my publications is a one, and documents here save. So in the documents, and whenever you click on that particular one, and you can review, and you can also see what kind of, you can also change, and manually also there is a possibility, manually also you can enter. Here one important thing is in the view of Mendeley desktop, you can select anytime the type of the citation you are going to use. As I told you, American style, American Medical Association style especially, and American Political Science Association, or else Chicago Manual CMS, or IEEE, and modern MLA. These are the various styles. You can choose any of these. Suppose MLA 2, the style is immediately changed. In your paper, in your writing, whenever you write in-text citations, once in-text citation is over, you can insert the bibliography. With a single click, all the works you referred in your in-text citation, you can put with bibliography simply after the heading anywhere. Bibliography. Yes, you can. Whenever you click entire works list in bibliography, it will come. The in-text citation and corresponding bibliography will be generated within a single click, with a single click in your text. In that way, you can simplify your manual referencing.
We are still seeing Mendeley.
Still Mendeley, you are seeing?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just sharing that one. Yes. Here, my point here is it visible now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. After your end of your paper with the introduction and the what we call abstract, keywords, introduction, methodology, review, methodology, analysis, everything, you can just create bibliography, bibliography. You can manually type or else you can insert bibliography. Yeah. So here the bibliography will be generated. So far in our text, 5 works or 6 works used, all the works will be generated here. So here also you can change the style. You can also change the style here also by just going to other kind of style. So when you just choose that IEEE style and you just insert bibliography accordingly, it is generating again. So this is the, I think, best way of creating in-text citations in between and within your text of your research paper, and end of your paper, the generating entire bibliography all at once without forgetting anything, and machine will do it for you. So Mendeley is a very, very useful tool. So that I just wanted to talk about in our presentation. I think now it is 11:28 the time. What else I can cover? I am looking at that. Yes, Mendeley and Jeter is similar to Mendeley, but different. Yes, and one more is a Grammarly. As I told you, language correction tools, part of that language correction tools, Grammarly is one in that you can use. How it will look in our Word, I tell you. Directly you can download Grammarly application, or else in any Word document also you can include. I'm just going to document 4. I just share the document 4. Document 4. Yes. Is it visible, sir? Some document now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in that document, I just take randomly some data from website, Google maybe. Yes. Evolution theory, I think. Some data I am just searching.
Sir, unable to see your any data. I am just able to see a Word plain file.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Yes, I know that. Yes, I am just, I have copied. Now, are you able to see any data?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like that. When you write your own text and you are not sure, because we are not ultimate experts in any kind of thing, we are with some knowledge, maybe more or less knowledge. So with the use of Grammarly, as I told you, here is once you add to that Grammarly, and it will be, and you need to log into your account also. Free account is also there, a pro also there. It will instantly, it is like having an English professor with you all the time. English professor with you, and based on the style of writing, American style or British styling, and consistency is very important. Here characterizing, British style if you want to use, update all the things, and all the spellings related to will be updated, and evolution here also updated. And don't replace the don't in research papers, since it is a professional writing. Never ever use contracted versions of expressions. Do not. We have to use instead of don't. So instead of can't, we have to use cannot, could not, like that. Complete full versions we have to use. See this one, we are like that. Whenever it is automatically showing where is that error, and in terms of expressions of formality, all these things. And regarding, you can change the, suppose regarding, here is a word regarding, and you can choose alternatives concerning. If your paper having that word regarding multiple times, it is redundant and looking very monotonous. And then for variety sake and make it a little bit good looking, you have to choose the other alternatives. Period of time, you can say a period is related to time more or less, so period. So like that. In addition to, for instance, after that, in addition, usually we have to, this kind of phrases, and some comma is missing here, full stop, punctuation marks, grammar, spelling, and concord, agreement between subject and verb. Also, what we call tenses, everything you can correct with use of Grammarly. So here, this is one where you approach, I think most of them, our professors also approach us, requesting us to do some correction about, I say most, the subject is not mine, but I go with the language correction. If there are any technical abbreviations or some kind of subject related things, we can't change. So that if we allow the Grammarly to change, it will change. It has no discrimination whether it is subject related term or the general term. So we have to be careful when we choose auto correction also. Here Grammarly, we have display also will be there. Goal setting, very important. Here, general paper or else expert level of audience, expert level. And formality also, you can neutral or formal. And here domain, very important, academic domain. We have to use academic domain. And business and general, technical, different. Academic domain, we have to choose this option. So this is about Grammarly. It has also plagiarism checking element also. It will show how much data you have in your text, in your paper, matching with taken from Wikipedia, as you have all seen now itself. It is simply showing the text is from Wikipedia. The word I searched for the data is evaluate. Sorry. So like that, whenever you are working with Microsoft Word, not only using with Mendeley like referencing tool, but also Grammarly like language tool will be very, very helpful. Further, you can explore about the features and how to use them at your convenience. And the other element I have mentioned in that one is, let me go to, yes. Is the slide visible to you all? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I have taken Grammarly, for instance, and instantly I just made some corrections. It will predominantly do the basic errors, tenses and articles, prepositions, punctuation marks, capitalization, or the style of writing, it will take care. And one more tool is, we have collected data, analyzed data, and also created bibliography and citations, and also corrected with our Grammarly tool. But we have to check finally with a professional plagiarism checker. So we are going to use some plagiarism checker here, turn it also online. And I have the application plagiarism checker. I am just displaying it. Whenever you just open, the screen is not visible to you. I'm just a plagiarism checker. I just want to, yes, yes. Is it visible to you, plagiarism checker interface?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in this paid version of plagiarism checker, you can check online. Suppose your data you have, for instance, I have just copied the data for our demonstration, grammar purpose. Yes, some sample text is there. I'll just copy there itself. Yes, pasting. I've copied the previous data. I copied, and whenever you click analyze, that means when you write a paragraph or introduction or summary, or else conclusion or analysis, whatever you write in your interpretation, if you paste here, and if you just see, it is checking all the possible web sources,
feedback form వస్తుంది, feedback question,
all the web sources, and it is checking the originality of your text. When you see, when that originality checking is over, it will also show how much text is plagiarized. 70% of the text is plagiarized, and the green one indicates that is 31 unique. Because I have taken from internet in front of you, from Wikipedia, this text, you can also see that report. You can download this report in, or save the report or download the report in PDF also, right? So in this way, and again you can check the data. You can check the data in plagiarism checker, and then you can modify it, and you can come up with some good one like this. It is, see this one. This is the result analysis for the same. 70% duplicate, nakli, and this one 30% is unique, because I have taken from Wikipedia the text. The detailed report also will be generated with colors. And when you see that the red one, and it is showing what is that URL, and like that, every particular word and phrase, it is connected with the websites or the sources from which it is taken or else matching with. So this plagiarism checker at personal researcher level, and every scholar or the professor who is intended to publish papers, along with the professional versions provided by organizations or universities and colleges, we can also use this kind of personal application. It is very cheap also, not much costly one. You can download the pro version for your research work. So you can also search the bulk text also. You can, and side to side, if there are two texts available, you can also analyze side to side also. I am not actually using for, because time is also one constraint, right? So whenever we have the same, sometimes side by side comparison also, we use two texts. If you see, if you run that one, how much text is matching. Some people say this is actually from particular source, it is copied or plagiarized. How do we know, and how much is plagiarized, or how much is intentionally or unintentionally matching with the existing text? So for that reason, you can just run this element called side-by-side comparison. This is also very, very useful. 30% is duplicate, that is a red mark from the both the boxes, the source document, source text, and target text. Suppose you have some text, the other text is claimed to be original, like that you can check. So when you scan, and the detailed results also will come. So these are, and keywords also, you can see what are the keywords. You can change the keywords, because nowadays, as Dr. Stansenwala rightly mentioned yesterday, nowadays this, due to that technology-based kind of world, what we call search engine optimizations. Whenever I put something in the website, in my own blog or own website or any page which is a free or paid, search engine, Google search engine, other search engines will bots automatically search for some keywords, and they connect the users, the audience, the target people, whoever search for that related thing, easily it will show. Otherwise, whenever we Google something, how do we get instantly the result related to our own search only? Of course, millions of results will come, but top of that, our preferred one will be there mostly. So how it is happening? Because the technology called web technology, search engine optimization, SEO, that is called SEO. For that, suppose when paper is published in a Scopus index journal, international, national, anywhere, usually if it is 100% of, I think most 99% of the publications, put in the website. They are hosting forever or many years, so that the target people can reach anytime. Like that, journals are maintaining their databases. Even the journal started 5 decades or 10 decades. The old papers also, they are also digitalizing and keeping for the search engine optimization and availability for audience. So this is the tool, and we have like that so many tools are there, as I told you. So I have stopped sharing this one now. Yes, I go to is any screen is visible to you, please?
Presentation screen is visible, sir.
Yes. So like that, to sum up my presentation, as I told you, essential tools. I think these are the essential tools for research writing and how to use them. I think at the possibility best, I just wanted to and made them reach you. The classification I told you, research review tools. That means very basic. We have to do first like Google Scholar and ResearchGate, and then data collection. This part not demonstrated. You can collect the data using some survey forms or else any other form you have, and this one data analysis and using SPSS demonstrated, and research writing tools, that is especially Word, Microsoft Word and LaTeX, and that is typesetting. And in reference management, I just talked about Mendeley, in-text as well as bibliography or reference generation, end of the paper, and language correction related things, Grammarly I just used for this presentation, and originality checking, as you all seen, plagiarism check and the professional versions. All these versions I have used are pro versions, because when we are targeting for the highest quality, which is very much essential for publication of our papers, research in our Scopus or highly standard journals, we can't simply get the things all the time free, because world is full of they are running the businesses and they are providing good facilities, good services by paying only. So we have to sometimes convince ourselves and go for paid versions. And also alternative for all these kind of categories, many free applications also available. Yes. Now I think I reached the culmination. This is according to my classification. I just wanted to tell my audience. So thank you very much, and for wonderful cooperation. And yes, now I just invite all of you for any question and answers. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Professor Simachalam. It's a wonderful session. I think our participants have got the basic tools, and anything they need in future, they can email you.
Definitely, sir. They're all most welcome, sir. Thank you very much. So any questions, you are most welcome to come up with some queries and suggestions. You are most welcome.
Which are the paid versions and which are the free versions? So how to distinguish that? You can give some light on that aspect.
Yes, general idea is all these tools available, as I mentioned, of both free as well as paid also. The free version, sometimes what happens is 2 ways of free versions are available. Either they give the limitation in terms of time and the features, or else they will give inferior one, that means with very limited features for the same kind of application. So free versions for all these tools, as I presented, free versions also. For instance, if you take SPSS, if you want to register and get the SPSS, they will give 15 days or 1 month trial. That is for trial version means for some time, not permanently free. trial version. But some versions, Grammarly, you say free version also, all the time is there. Permanently you can make use of, but free versions have limitations. They cannot perform the advanced features like that. So, and citation tools, especially Mendeley is a free. Mendeley is a free version. That is ultimately free also. And on Microsoft Word, as you know, and if you want to have the full one, most of the times we get it with our laptop when we purchase it. The Windows version they will give. Otherwise, we have to pay with 5,000, 6,000, whatever it may be, like that. And another free version I demonstrated here is absolutely free. That is LaTeX. LaTeX is completely free, and the formats also are available from websites, and I have also with me. And if anybody requests, I will have no problem in sharing those things to participants.
Thank you, sir. I find some participants, they're interested in the PPTs. Let me take this opportunity to tell all our participants that the resource persons, they have been approached. Some of them have shared the PPTs. So we'll be sharing with you all the PPTs that we could gather. All are very cooperative and we are getting. Dr. Pradhan has sent, Dr. Sansanwal will be sending, and Simachalam sir is our own convener, so it's not a problem.
Yes.
So some more questions perhaps.
Is it one question? Is it safe to use online plagiarism checker like that plagiarism checker or Grammarly you told? So which one will be the best, Grammarly or plagiarism checker? Or is there any difference between Grammarly or plagiarism checker?
Absolutely. In their name titles itself, much difference is there. Grammarly has the ability, huge ability to perform for correcting your language in terms of grammar, vocabulary, spelling, all these things. But plagiarism checker, which I demonstrated, is a dedicated one for checking the duplicity of your text. So that is the difference. Even though Grammarly has also feature to check the duplicity, but it is not that advanced one as plagiarism checker has. So they are dedicated to particular goal, but they can also perform other things. But one thing, Grammarly can perform both the things, but plagiarism checker only can perform only the plagiarism checking process. It cannot correct the language. It is not. It has own limitations, right?
So is it safe to check through plagiarism checker through online, or is it trusted?
Yeah, absolutely. It is trusted. And even though all these things we claim to be trusted, we have to use VPN. VPN means virtual, like that networking
private
service.
Network.
Yes. VPN, you have to personal networking. When you have that application, usually we get with antivirus software. Whenever you buy some kind of antivirus software, they will give that VPN facility also. That means whenever you are searching or working with internet, and there is absolutely, absolute security you will get from, the website related risks. Yes.
No. My question was that plagiarism checker, is it trusted?
Yeah, it's a trusted. It's a professional one. It's a trusted one. Yes.
Is there any other plagiarism checker? Is there? Can you tell us that what are the trusted sites? What are the except that plagiarism checker? What are the other plagiarism checker is there?
Sir.
Yes, as per our program, and we are targeting for publishing and training the people to publish Scopus index journals. That means standard is required. As I told you, many innumerable softwares and online sources are there to check and correct the language and check the plagiarism. Still, some top ones only you can use for best results. And Authenticate is one, and Orukundu and one more, Government of India also using. These plagiarism checkers work enormously, powerfully. But what I demonstrated is affordable at a personal level and as well as professional level.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful question.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please, madam.
Mitra Nayak.
Yes, madam.
Good morning, sir.
Very
And
good
thank
morning,
you for
madam.
such explicit explanation on research. Yes, I have a query. Hello.
Yeah, please, listening to you, please.
Yeah. Sir, actually, I'm searching journals. I'm a research scholar and faculty in management, okay? And I'm pursuing my PhD in human resource management. So I have been searching on Google Scholar, okay? And some of the journals are not opening, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just taking the digital identification and pasting that in Science Hub and getting the material. But so far as ResearchGate is concerned, ResearchGate app. So could you please tell me clearly about the ResearchGate app? How can I get through the journals in ResearchGate?
Yes, madam. I understood your purpose query. As I told you, whenever we search for literature review on our particular area, we usually use, as I told you, Google Scholar. Google Scholar, what it does actually is, it will list all the related literature, that means journals, articles, books, anything, in that Research Scholar, website. But they are like simply like an online, commercial website. Like suppose if you Google, if you search Amazon some item, and they will be displayed. There will be.
Excuse me, sir.
Please.
Sir, sorry for interruption. Sir,
Please,
Google
please.
Scholar, I don't have any problem. Actually, ResearchGate.
Yes, I am going to that point. I am going to that.
The papers and go through.
Yes, I am going to the point. I am going to point. Yes, but ResearchGate, what happens is, it is up to the researchers who have the profiles and who have the papers and books with them, if they upload and that material is available. Otherwise, anytime you can request, if they're willing to share with you in the platform or personally, they can share. But whatever displayed, whatever available in the ResearchGate is available for everyone.
Sir, do I need to make an account there, or I can get it?
Yes, without account also you can search. It is like Google, and even the people who don't have Gmail also can search something like that only. You can search it. But if you have account, you can contribute something to the community of ResearchGate.
Definitely. Sir,
Yes.
can I get your mail ID or number so that I can contact if in case I get any query further?
Yeah, most welcome, madam. We'll share with you. Yes.
Okay. To my mail, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
In the
so
brochure
much.
itself, my number and name are available. You can contact me.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Ma'am. Thank you. Any more queries?
Dr. Simachalam, sir.
Sir.
Sir, thank you for your nice presentation, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Actually, I wanted to have one more session, if it is possible, regarding the research writing tools with that LaTeX. It will help us a lot. So, if possible, the organizer can give you at least half an hour a special session for research writing tool. It will be helpful to us. This is my request.
Sir, certainly, sir. I'll come up with my own preparation and do my level best, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Soumya, sir. Wonderful.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, sir. Please.
Sir, should we have to purchase the LaTeX application, sir?
LaTeX is freeware. You can download, nothing to pay. It is a free, absolutely free.
Okay, sir.
And there will be packages. Every kind of paper and template requires certain packages, and packages also automatically downloaded once you have your main application. Yes, sir.
And sir, thank you for your nice presentation, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, sir.
Sir, please.
Hello.
Sir,
How
please.
to add Mendeley in MS Word, sir?
In the MS Word, there will be add-ons. There will be add-ons column will be there. If you search there, every application will be visible. You type Mendeley and you will get it, and just click on it. It will be added to your MS Office, sir.
Grammarly also like that?
Grammarly also, sir. In Excel also, Google Forms also, in our Word also, so many add-ons are there, like, sir. That is like, suppose a soldier is a soldier with weapon or without weapon. But having weapon is powerful. Like that, a MS Word is a powerful tool, but with add-ons, it will become more powerful.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Sivachalam.
Sir, thank you, sir. Rajendra, sir.
I think we can take for another 5 minutes some questions.
Yes,
one
sir.
question is coming.
Yes, sir.
Is there any free plagiarism checker online?
Yes, sir. There are many free plagiarism checkers, but we cannot depend on them if it is related with publishing in Scopus journals. As I told you, they will not perform optimal, correcting, or else that functionality will not be there. Yes.
Sir, hello, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, madam, please.
Yes, I'm calling from Huzur, and it was a very excellent session, sir. And I have a query regarding this plagiarism checker only.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you clarify that? See, there is a saying, whatever the content we are pasting and checking for this plagiarism, it will be recorded, and when we go for our submission, there that plagiarism report will be doubling up since already it is recorded. Is that so, sir, with all the plagiarism checkers, or is there any plagiarism checker where we can use it? And because universities have their own plagiarism checker.
Yes. Yes, madam, I understood. Wonderful question. Actually, when there is, suppose, Authenticate is a wonderful plagiarism checker. Many of our Indian institutes also using in universities, and Orukundo, a UGC recommended one. If they are using such plagiarism checkers, if you use them personally or from the institute, the same plagiarism checker, your registry will be there. If your registry will be there. That is why I suggested you, I just used this plagiarism checker. You can use at your personal level, and it will not be used by our own government people or else anybody. It is for personal help.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
Thank you.
Okay, Sivachalam, sir. Just one announcement, please, dear participant. Just one announcement. We will be sending the feedback link to your email IDs. So nothing to search here. Your feedback link will be sent to your email ID. So you any time of the day you can send it. You can fill it out and send it. It won't be a problem. All will be getting their email in their email IDs. The feedback link for all the dates will be like that. So it won't be a problem. Okay, sir, any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam, please.
Good morning, sir. This is Janardhan Naidu from Government Degree College, Srikakulam.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Sir, your presentation is excellent one comparatively earlier ones. Sorry for the comment.
Sir.
And my query here is, could you please little elaborate on Jotaro?
Yes, sir.
And one more suggestion is also there, sir.
Please, sir. Welcome.
While going the lecture, kindly mute all except the presenter, sir. That would be better. We have been getting noise between the sessions, sir. Thank you.
Sir. Actually, just Mendeley and Jotaro and all other referencing tools, and in other words, we can also say the citation management tools in text and as well as in text bibliography, and more or less all the tools performing the same task. Only thing is some citation tools owned by some companies. For instance, I just wanted to tell you one thing. I have noted down that one. For instance, Jotaro is owned by Center for History and New Media at George Marsden University, whereas Mendeley is developed by Elsevier, that is UK. So, if you want to publish papers in Elsevier journals or else a Scopus index, and EndNote is by Clarivate Analytics. EndNote is also similar to, but paid one. The paid one, EndNote and RiffWorks. RiffWorks is by Libris and ProQuest company. And these are our referencing companies and indexing companies, as you know. Thomson Reuters are the Scopus, Elsevier. These are all companies, big indexing and citation, scholarly paper publishing companies and citation indexing companies. And they have their own citation applications also, as I told you. So Mendeley is by Elsevier UK and EndNote is by Clarivate Analytics. Like that. If you use, that means they also suggest and recommend the researchers to use their applications in order to compile with their requirements. Yes, sir. Any more queries? My dear participants, you are welcome with some queries so that I can elaborate on them.
Yes, sir. I am trying to add that Mendeley, sir, but
Yes.
I am not getting it. Can you explain, sir, please? Add an option.
Sir, I tell you, basically, if also, in other words,
Yes.
the application must be, that is Microsoft Word must be a paid one, a complete version. If it is, I know in India what happens, you want to use and we can use affordably and free versions. If you are using free version, they won't allow. And moreover, we need to have accounts also. Suppose
Okay.
Microsoft Word, when you use, you have to have Outlook account or else some college account, professional account.
Okay.
So when you log in
Of
with,
course,
and it will allow.
I have.
Yes.
I have Outlook account. Then I will try through that.
Yes,